Want to find out what's the best build for the raid? Well, in today's video, I'm going to tell you guys what it is. This is LaserBolt, and welcome to today's video, guys. Today, we're going to be talking about the best build for the raid, and what I believe is the best build you could possibly use to avoid dying and to avoid being kicked out of the fire team or the team, because you're not either doing enough damage or you're just not staying alive. So today I'm going to be showing you guys the build you need to have, and you want to make sure that everybody that plays the raid with you also has if they're having a difficulty completing the raid. But before we jump into the build, I do want to remind you guys about our giveaway. We're giving away 2 free copies of Borderlands 3 for the console system of your choice. To enter and participate, it's super easy. All you got to do is click the link down below where it says Join Bold Nation, and you guys will be automatically entered. So good luck to everyone that plans on participating. So the reason I wanted to put this build together was because I seen multiple comments, especially on my 2 Eagle Bearer videos that I posted out this week. A lot of people are having a hard time completing the raid. And of course, it could be for multiple reasons. It could be for the reason that they can't find a team to play with, or it could be that, the raid takes too long and, they got to go do other stuff. I think one of the biggest issues is also the build quality. And a lot of people seem to have really decent builds, but there are certain builds that work more in favor if you guys are running them when you're completing the raid. That's why I wanted to share this video with you guys, because I wanted to give you guys an update of my old raid build. And we worked around and tweaked a couple stuff, and I think that this build by far is the best one out of all of them. And you guys are definitely going to want to make sure you build out to actually have this build. So currently right now, my loadout, guys, I have the Eagle Bearer. So I don't want to mention the Eagle Bearer because technically you guys probably won't have the Eagle Bearer if you haven't completed the raid. If you do have the Eagle Bearer, though, equip that. Now, for some reason you do not have the Eagle Bearer, make sure you put on a P416. There's going to be a AR build that we're going to be focusing on. If you guys would like to see an LMG raid build, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll put that together for you guys. I just wanted to share this AR build for you guys because I feel it works so well, especially with the Eagle Bearer and the P416. So I am running an AR and an LMG as well. For my secondary, I am running a double barrel shotgun, which I technically don't use. The only reason I use this is because I want to make sure I get the holster perk, which is protective reload, that says while equipped, this weapon grants 10 plus bonus armor while reloading. So that's the only reason we're running that sawed-off shotgun. Also, for the holster for my LMG, I am running protective deploy. It says while equipped, this weapon grants plus 20 bonus armor while deploying a skill. This is actually pretty interesting because whenever you are running the raid and you're dropping either a heal or a cam launcher, you're going to want to make sure you're getting that little bit of extra armor when you're playing the raid. You definitely do not want to go down in the raid. So let's talk about the 3 major reasons why people can complete the raid. Let's get the first one out of the way, which is not being able to find people. If you are having a hard time not finding people, join our Discord channel. The link is down below in the pinned comments. And go to the Division 2 LFG, and you'll be able to find multiple people who are playing on the PC, Xbox, PlayStation 4. So if you're having a hard time finding people, jump on our Discord and let people know when you're able to do the raid, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be willing to help you out. The number 2 reason why people don't complete the raid is because they die very often. There's just too much death. So what tends to happen in the raid, especially in this particular raid, if you die, you hinder your team, because what happens is people start panicking and they go revive you, and while they're reviving you, they end up dying as well, and instead of being an 8-man raid, it becomes like a 6-man, 5-man raid. And the carry is very hard in this particular raid just because of the amount of DPS you have to output in order to be able to complete it. And the number 1 reason why people aren't completing the raid, of course, is because they lack damage. So they're not outputting enough damage to where they are making the raid go fast. And that's why sometimes the raid could take anything between 25 minutes to a whopping 3 to 4 hours plus, because people are just not being effective enough in outputting a bunch of damage. Basically, the raid consists of this. The more damage you're able to output, the faster you'll be able to complete the raid, because the faster you'll be able to kill Boomer, you'll be able to kill Lucy and Buddy, and even Razorback. So you want to make sure you have enough damage, and you want to make sure that you guys have survivability. Those are going to be our 2 key factors when we put this build together. All right, so now let's dive into the gear, guys. Let's start off with the mask. So for the mask, you're looking for 1 red and a mask with 1 blue. You want to make sure that your mask has a red, and you want to make sure that that red is damage to elites. Remember, guys, the max damage to elite you get is 55. That is the God roll. I have a video on how to farm the God roll. Plus, I'll have a video coming out tomorrow teaching you guys a more easier way to actually farm this. So you're definitely going to want to make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But in particular, we're going to be taking a look at the current mask that I have right here. This one has 36 damage to elites, and it comes with a little bit of health. Now, the reason why I haven't rolled health into this one is because I'm waiting to get that extra more damage to elites. So I want to make sure at least I roll a 40 to a 45 here, which should boost my damage to elites exponentially, and it makes it really important. Currently right now, my damage to elites, guys, is 36 plus an additional 10. It comes up to a whopping 46. If I'm able to get at least an additional 10 more, that's going to be 56 just on the mask alone. So you want to make sure when you're getting a mask, make sure that the mask has really high damage to elites and it drops with a blue. The next thing we're going to be taking a look at is the chest piece, and this is pretty much what's going to make our build. And what's the main key focal point of the build is, of course, Unbreakable. Basically, Unbreakable requires 11 blues. It says Unbreakable, 70% of max armor is repaired when your armor is depleted. Armor kits used within the next 7 seconds are not consumed. This is one of the key components to this build. The reason why is when your armor gets depleted, it's just pretty much giving you like an extra life with Unbreakable. And in addition to that, guys, you are able to consume armor kits when you proc Unbreakable, and it will not consume them. This is actually very viable in the raid. As soon as you see the icon pop up on the screen and say that Unbreakable is procced, if you are low health, consume that med kit because it will not be consumed. You'll still have it in your inventory, but you will get the benefits of the med kit. Now, another reason that I want to run with this particular chest piece is because I have hard hitting in here. So the key here is make sure you get Unbreakable and make sure you get hard hitting. Those are the main points. And you also want to make sure that it also is a Fenris group chest piece. The reason why you want it to be a Fenris group chest piece is because you want to tap into that 10% assault rifle damage. Now we're going to be using another piece, another Fenris, which is going to give us 10% protection from elite, because remember the raid is full of yellow bars, so you want to have as much protection as you possibly can. But the main focal point is, since we're running an AR, we want to get that 10% assault rifle damage. Alright, so now onto the holster, guys. For the holster, we're running a Wavenware, and this is going to give us a +7 critical hit damage. In addition to that, we also get a 11 critical hit damage. So we're looking at least 18 critical hit damage. I could probably get this to 20 if I, roll the attribute in here, but I'm kind of holding off on that. But we're also tapping into the +10 damage to elites. Should give us a very nice rounded number. The main reason we're using this one is just because it gave us a slot to slot in a red mod, and that red mod we're able to pick up not only weapon damage, but we're also able to pick up damage to armor. But the big key component here is that we're able to pick up that +3 assault rifle damage. The next up is a backpack, guys, and for the backpack we're running the 511 tactical. The reason we're running this one is we want to tap into that 5% protection from elite. I could technically go with something like a Gilligard for total armor, but I'm kind of happy with the 511 tactical. It's going to allow me to have 2 very important talents. One's it's vital, and one is restorative. The reason why these talents are important is because you really can't use any other talent on here, because almost everything's grayed out since we're at a very high 11, and everything else either uses a lower red or a really high yellow. So the only thing that and change I would actually do to this backpack, which I plan on doing, is I plan on replacing restorative with hard hitting, and that should give me a very nice piece. That's the only thing I would change, and of course maybe change the red modifier to an all weapon damage one. I'll probably pick up the one that had 14 this week from the vendor, and that should give me a very nice backpack. Next up, of course, guys, are the gloves, and I'm kind of really happy with this pair of gloves. The reason why I'm happy with these gloves, and these were actually really hard to get. These are Badger Tough, and it gives me the +7 damage to elite, which is always a plus, so I really don't have to have hard hitting. Hard hitting would technically give me 10, so I'm only missing 3 with the damage to elites. It's not that big of a deal, but the reason why I like these, and I feel like these are the only ones that tend to drop like this, is because this dropped with 1 blue and 2 reds. Now, what makes the reds very important is the fact that it has assault rifle damage, which I already modified. It's an 8 already. That's as high as it could go. And I have the 4+ LMG. Now, the reason why I love this is because my build is running around that same concept, AR and LMG. So I like the fact that not only am I getting that AR damage, but I'm also getting that nice LMG damage, and that's what makes this build so beautiful, because it balances both weapons very effectively. Now onto the last piece of gear, guys. We're going to be taking a look at the knee pads. For the knee pads, I'm running the Gila Guards. Reason I'm running this one is because, of course, you guys know we are getting 2 additional defensive mods, which allows us to get all the way to the 7. Now, ideally, I would love to run these right here, which are another pair of Fenris group, because this one comes with patience and it also comes with hard hitting, so it would technically give me an additional 10% more for that damage to elites. These would be my ideal setup, but I haven't been able to get one with a very nice roll to be able to equip this, but that would be the main one to go with. But I'm still happy with the Gila Guards. The cool thing about the Gila Guards is that I get that 10 plus armor, and if I ever get a backpack that is also a Gila Guard, I'm going to be tapping into that plus 20 hazard protection, which actually helps like in the second portion of the raid. So it gives me that flexibility. I could have these, or I could run the other ones that I'm trying to still be able to obtain. Now, as far as skills are concerned, guys, skills I recommend, definitely a heal launcher would be number 1. And of course, your primary should be a revive hive. Revive hives are very crucial in the raid. That should be your setup, guys. Chem launcher and revive hive. The reason why revive hives are helpful is if you happen to go down, you'll get back up with the revive. Or if someone gets down and you can't reach them, you just toss that over there, and it will also revive them as well. So it's kind of like a must-have for the raid, and that would be the ideal skill setup I would recommend: revive hive and chem launcher. As far as special is concerned, I definitely would want to recommend the sharpshooter. The reason why I recommend the sharpshooter or the survivalist is because when you get to Razorback, you're either going to need a survivalist or you're going to need a sharpshooter. So either or works perfectly well, but I personally like the sharpshooter just because I am mostly on DPS for Razorback, and I tend to use the 50 cal to knock down that shield. And there you guys have it. That overall is my raid setup and my raid build that I want to recommend. If the key point from this one, guys, make sure you guys have a lot of hard hitting, a lot of unstoppable. Make sure you guys get as much weapon damage as you can and AR damage, and you guys should be good to rock and roll with the raid. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think of my build? Do you guys have something similar, something different? If you guys would like to see other raid builds, like for example LMG builds, marksman rifle builds, let me know in the comment section down below. We'll be more than happy to put that together. I do hope you guys did enjoy this video and found it helpful and informative. If you did, do me a huge favor, guys. Drop a like. Share this video with your friends, because that does help me out a lot. In addition to that, if you want to show additional love and support, consider joining the Bolt Nation. To join, it's super easy. All you got to do is click the link down below where it says Join Bolt Nation, and you guys will unlock exclusive features only found on the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget WGATAP, and I will catch you guys on the next video.